Yo! We're not in this, by the way. Yo! How's it going, guys? How's everyone doing? Can you hear me? I think we got a windbreaker on the mic now. Sorry if that hurt. I was just testing it. Make sure it works. How is everyone doing? Hello, hello, hello. Is this where the chats are? Colton? Yes, it is. How's everyone doing? Can you hear me? Can everyone hear me? We're not in this trade, by the way. We're looking at this setup. We were being cautious with it, right? We're not in it yet, though. Wounded. No farting on the mic. Hey, Elizabeth, Janice, Levita. Afternoon, Dan, Janice, Dave, Cheesley, Elizabeth. Hello, everyone. How are you all doing? Hey, Leslie. Right. We were looking at a trade here on GU. Right. We got the AMD kind of play on the 15, on the 5 and stuff. And we're coming into a 5-minute fair value gap right now. So we may end up forming an IFEG there, and that would make perfect sense as well. Right. Well, that's what we're looking for now. We're looking for an IFEG on the 1 minute so we can take a trade to the downside, right? This is what we're looking for now. IFEG on the 1 minute to take a trade to the downside on GU. Hey Juan, Adil, Gerardo, Torforan, Pietro. Hey guys, how you all doing? Oh. I'm gonna get took off YouTube now, aren't I? Right. Hello everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Right, so we are looking at this trade. So quick update, right? We took a trade yesterday. We got stopped out early, found a re-entry and caught the move up, right? We caught this move. Ended up hitting full TP, which was supposed to be up here at this fair value gap right here. GBPC look good for sales. Potentially. 1 minute IFEG. 1 hour. Hasn't really took highs though. To be fair, we took these highs right here. If we get a 5 minute IFEG right here, this could be a nice trade. Move this up as well, but on GU, right, that's kind of the same sort of thing we're looking for, but just on the 1 minute, right? But on the trades that we took, so we took one yesterday, lost it, then caught the re-entry, then we took another one today and lost that one. It's just been a pretty rough month this month so far. I think the entry we took was this IFEG over here, right? We got in at this IFEG with my stops like just up here. My take profit was like somewhere down here or something, right? Or was it here? Something like that. I was around about there, right? Yeah. We got stopped out, and it's obviously starting to play out now, which is very annoying. But I think we just kind of got caught in a liquidity sweep, you know, or a stop hunt manipulation kind of thing. But either way, right? I think even if we tried to anticipate that, this wick would have took us straight out of that trade. So it's just nothing we could have done there, to be fair. Unless we waited for like literally nothing else we could have done. So we got caught in that, we lost that. But yeah. What's going on 1 minute now? So first of all, right, just a bit of structure, right? We've gone through the trades we took yesterday and today so far. Now we're looking for new trades. We're looking for a trade on GU, and we're looking for a trade on GBP CAD or GC, right? And GJ as well. So all the GBP pairs, we're looking for a trade on there, right? We can look at gold as well, Payne. We will look at gold as well. We may join you. We'll see how that goes. But right now, we're going to focus on this GU setup, right? I'm going to show you exactly why this is a setup that I want to take, okay? Let me show you why. So we start off on the daily, right? And the daily has took out highs. Let me just get rid of all this stuff over here, right? It gets a little bit messy here, but the dailies took out yesterday's high, right? Which is bearish, which means there was a high left behind here as we push down. We've took that out now. We took out the day before as well, so we would be bearish. The 4 hour took out the 4 hour highs, so we are bearish on the 4 hour as well, back towards some form of fair value gap, which is this one down here. So we're bearish on the 4 hour. The 1 hour took out highs as well. All these highs, right, now needs to come back to some form of fair value gap, which is like this one over here or something, right? So bearish on the 1 hour as well. The 15 minute, right? Clear AMD on the 15. Right, I'm going to get rid of this alert. But there's clear AMD on the 15 minute, right? Clear AMD. Okay, we push up, take out all that liquidity with this candle, right? Then we invest this tiny, relatively tiny fair value gap, right? We invest that without taking the lows. So this is a valid IFVG entry because we did it in 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. We didn't mess around, we just went straight through it. So you could have entered right here. We obviously missed that, and we're kind of refining our entry as well, right? So if we go down to the 5, you can see the 5 took out lows here, exactly how I said it would. Needed to retrace back to this fair value gap. Now, it looks like it's moving. The 1 minute, we could enter this trade right now. There's no FVG on the 1 minute, but we're respecting that 5 minute fair value gap, which is exactly what we wanted to enter the trade. Now we're rushing a little bit here, guys, because obviously the risk, you know, it's moving quite quick right now. So I think, realistically, I just want to target this. I'm quite happy with just a move straight down to here. I'm not trying to go after anything crazy, right? I'm happy with this. I'm more than happy with this, right? So what we can do is we can very quickly enter now before price continues to push down, right? Right. Right, okay. Okay, right. I'm quite happy with just this, honestly. I think we could push it and try and go down here. If we closed half here, that would give us what, like 0.8, 0.7, something like that. And we let the rest run, that would take us down to here, which would give us what, 1.5. So we could make 2% from this, I think, something like that. But we're in this trade now, guys. That was very, very quick, right? Because we got exactly kind of like what we wanted to see. We got the IFVG, we didn't get the IFVG on the 1 minute, but we got that respect of the 5 minute. And if you watch the private stream, you'll know that I said we were going to get that. I said the 5 minute had to retrace. So we got a slightly better entry, because if we entered when we seen this trade, we would have just entered right here, okay? But we didn't. We entered up here. So if we go back to the 15, we can look to manage at this trade here, or we can just take full TP, you know what I mean? Like, I think I might just do that, to be honest with you. I'd be quite happy with that. So I think I'm just going to go for this 1.5R, humble 1.4R, right? Humble 1.4R, that's what I'm going to go for. The reason I'm going to go for that, right, is because that gets me break even for the month, which is a ridiculous thing. I'd never thought I'd say that. So I'm quite happy with that, right? I'm quite happy waiting for that. Now, back down to the 1 minute. We've swept lows here on the 1 minute. Looks like we're respecting a 1 minute fair value gap. And there's a fair value gap here that we need to come back to. So a retracement is valid, right? But I'm hoping we can continue down now. I'm happy with a 1.4R. We need to come back to this fair value gap anyway if we're going to have a sustainable move down. So we'll see how it goes, right? We will see how it goes. We're on the 1 minute, so it could play out quite quick. Excuse me. But yeah, just a quick recap of the confluences for this trade. Bearish bearish daily, bearish 4 hour, bearish 1 hour. AMD on the 15, AMD on the 5, AMD on the 1 minute, bearish fair value gap being respected on the 5, IFVG on the 15. We have a lot of confluences here for GU, right? And just very quickly, I know we already know we don't have any news, but just very quickly to say it, we don't have anything to look out for really. We have USD orange folder. It's not going to affect us too much, right? So I think this trade can play out pretty nicely. I'm going to be quite happy if we can get off just a full TP here. Usually I'd manage here and look to hold longer. I'm going to be more than happy with a full TP just coming straight down to here, okay? We're going to look to go break even or adjust stops. I think when we come around to like this level, okay, we'll manage stops or something like that. But as I said, I am more than happy holding straight down to here, okay? More than happy. And that's it. I'm going to leave it. Okay, so we're going to go break even here or manage stops here and just get a full TP hopefully. But yeah, I'm liking this set. We have a lot of confluences. There are zero contradictions for this trade. This is exactly what you would call an A+ setup, right? Right, so let's see how this goes. Have we journaled the trade? No, we have not journaled the trade yet. Let's journal the trade before we forget. No, it was not. The bias is bearish on GJ. Right. Come on, GU. Just give us that final push down, right? Once this closes, validating this for leg up, we can go full break even here. Up nicely. Right. Full break even now. We have a fair value gap right here, which we need to come back to, which makes sense to come back to, right? And break even now. I'm hoping we can just get a nice swift move straight down, right? No messing around here. Going to put this here so we can see when we take that, right? I think we should come down and at least take this, right? AMD there. You can see the perfect AMD play right here. So we used the 15-minute IFVG, but used the 5-minute ERL and IRL to just kind of get a bit of an extra edge on this, right? To get a bit of a better entry, which worked. We got a new 5-minute candle open here with no bottom wick. Okay. So we should, there we are. See, I spoke it into reality as it happened. Come on, GJ. We've got equal highs and equal lows on these candles here. There we are. That's the low there, took. Come on, give us that final push down. You know you want to. See how the candles are formed though, guys? Like, see how that formed, right? It opened on the 5 up here with no bottom wick, strongly bullish. Came down and now looks quite bearish, right? Let's see if we can keep going off of this. And take out this low down here. I'm going to be so annoyed if this completely reverses. Come on, GJ. Or GU, sorry. Come on, GU. Give us that push down that we need, right? If we are to take profits here, that would give us probably like 1%. Tell you what. This could be lower time frame AMD, right? Let's see how this goes, though. Keep pushing down. Come on, GU. Give us what we need here. Give us what we need. Take out this low and then just whack us. Whack our TP. Come on. I keep saying come on. It's like, it is gambling. It's gambling, isn't it? It's like I'm gambling. Right. Betting on GU. Come on. Got a lot of bearish momentum here. Be 7, right? So instead of 1.4, that's like 1.2 or 1.3. I'm holding it. Let's see. All we need, even if it's not a proper push down, it's just like a little dodgy volatile wick push down, right? This is the 1 minute open with no top wick though, so it could flip back up. Fast track gambling. How to lose your house, wife and kids fast. Right, we took that low. I'm looking for just an extra push down now, right? I might just close here, to be honest. It's just, this is 8.5, right? I haven't closed it yet. I'm chilling here. This would give us 8.3, right? And we're running out of steam here a lot. Right, I'm gonna get out this. Right. I don't like how it's chilling there, right? I got out that early. Shot myself. Yes, it is, Louis. Yes, it is. But I couldn't mess around with it, right? I shot myself because I wanted that. I needed that. We needed that. Right. Because that puts us almost break even for the month. Oh, we would have got a full TP if we just held a little bit longer, right? Alright. That was shit. There we are, Louis. You spoke it. Nice work, guys. I'm happy with that, me. I'm happy with that. Whew. Back to it now. We're back to normal now, right? I grew a pair of balls last night, right? And now I'm bringing it home. Any 1 min trader walk around with a turtle's head? Right. Who took that then, guys? Let me know. This is a bad month, Pain, yeah. It's a bad month. You know, if we look at this, just about break even. I'd say we're about break even now for the month. Full TP. I'm in. Further TP. Nice work. Nice work, guys. I'm probably up for the year. I am definitely up for the year, yeah. We made like 15.5% last month, right? Just this month's been a bit poo. And we've gone over that in the private Discord. Well, nice work, guys. Nice work. Honestly, we kind of owe this all to Junior, because he was the one that shouted this out. I just kind of co-signed it. Looks like it was a good TP as well. Oh, it's news. Easy W. Caught live with the team. Back to winning ways. Sorry about that. I had to get that out. Alright. Like up the stream. If you took that trade, guys, like up the stream. I bitched out early. I'm not going to lie. I bitched out early. But, yeah. Looks like it was a good TP. Looks like it was a good TP. We also had a 1 minute IFEG that I've only just realised. But that took a few candles. This was a good TP. Let me just update my phone. Every time I open my phone, I'm getting told I need to update it, right? Just putting it on update, right? Yeah, sick TP. Yeah, we'll check GJ in just a sec. My TP placement, guys. I'm so good at it, right? I know. But yeah, I'm just the best at TP placement. I can't lie. I cannot lie. Full TP on 1.29008. 1.29008. I think one of our guys are in that. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Makes sense. We may end up doing that. ARL to IRL, exactly. We used ARL to IRL to take the fit with the 15. We used literally this whole setup is just ARL and IRL, right? Literally just ARL and IRL. We went from external range liquidity back to internal on the daily, back to internal on the 4 hour, back to internal on the 1 hour, right? We used ARL, taking the ARL on the 15, inversing IRL on the 15, so coming to the other side of ARL, which is this low over here on the 15 minute. On the 5 minute, we seen that we took a low out, which was ARL, came back to IRL, respected IRL, so we continued down. That was our main confluence there, although we did use AMD and IFEGs on the 15. Then we seen on 1 minute, ARL and IRL, the same thing happened. We take this low, respect this fair value gap, tap into this one, continue down, take out this low, retrace back into this fair value gap, and now we may continue down. But yeah, on to the next then. On to the next. On to the next. Right? Now GJ on the 1 hour. Someone said, I think Elizabeth, looks like a technical close on the 1 hour on GJ. Right? Yes, it does. There is a technical close there. Wait. Oh wait, it's not, definitely not a technical close. Also tapped into the 1 hour here as well. It's pretty hard to take sells against that. It's pretty hard to take sells against that, even if we have an IFEG right here. Pretty hard to take sells against that. Like, this is the thing as well. We caught a trade this morning that eventually played out, right? Which is so annoying. We got stopped out, like here. Caught some mega move on gold. What do you mean? 5-minute IFG from the 1 hour fair value gaps. Where's the... Is it like somewhere here? It's just not shown for me. Well, it's this really small one right here. Swap liquidity, IFEG, if it's on your screen, like around about here. That's great. Just no bottom wick on this 15 though. And you've seen how that 1 minute formed and that 5 minute. Like, remember that? How that 1 minute formed or the 5 minute here, guys? Looks like we are continuing down, to be fair. But like, we had a 5 minute candle open like here or something with no bottom wick and then just push straight down. Looks like we are continuing down, to be fair. Maybe I'm not the GOAT at TPs. IFEG on the 5 on GJ, right? We have a bearish 4 hour back to the bottom half of this fair value gap, right? Bearish daily. So we could look to come down to here, right? But the 1 hour is just a lot of fair value gaps here. GJ could be good for a sell after all. To be fair, we're not in the bottom half of this fair value gap, so we could come down and like take that out. You see, we could just have to come down to here, right? The 15. Pretty choppy. The 5. Oh, sorry, that's the one. The 5 minute. Pretty choppy as well. You know, there's no real manipulation here. We do have slow price action, but we just came back into that with the fair value gap and then continuing out of it. But the bias is bearish. If we were to take this, right, we'd do this, TP, like down here, which doesn't really make it worth it. I guess you could target this and just manage on the way down to here, right? But I don't know. I'm not sure. Sorry Josh, but could you go over why GJ was bearish when you took the trade this morning? Yes, I will. I don't think we're going to take this. Let's see how the 5 minute closes and then I will show you. Technical close. Wait for the next candle. Right. So why was GJ bearish this morning? Let me show you. So if we go, to be fair, it's pretty hard to show on the higher time frames, but we took the higher on the daily, right? After respecting this teeny little tiny fair value up there, right? Yeah. On the 4 hour, took out all those highs as well. On the 1 hour, took out all those highs as well. And this was like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, right? Took out all those highs. So clearly bearish. I don't think you could argue against that. It's clearly bearish, right? 15, same routine. 5 minutes, same routine. Then we got a nice little, you know, AMD sort of push up. Inverse this without taking liquidity, but then just mess around. Wick up, wick down, and continue down right here. So it was bearish. We did get the move we were expecting, but we just got stopped out in the process because of news. So GBP New Zealand, I don't know. I don't really like going over to these weird pairs, right? No IFEG, no trade. GC. This was supposed to be good for sales, wasn't it, before, right? Right, see, this is why you wait for the next candle for confirmation. When you get a technical close like that, I've made this I've had to tell people about this quite a lot the past week. But when you see a technical close like this, you have to wait for the next candle, right? Because sometimes, like when there's just like a pip in it, you know, it does not show us at all that we're pushing through that fair value gap, right? Because you have to think of the way we form the IFVG, right? We form the IFVG because we push up, pause a little bit, and then push straight back through it, right? But when we've just kind of pushed back through it and we've got a long wick like this, right? We've got a wick like this, right? And then we've like closed one pip out of the IFVG, right? That just kind of shows us that there's a lot of resistance there, which is normal for a fair value gap. But we want to see something that's kind of abnormal or not normal, uncommon, which is just pushing straight through it, which we don't get here. So you have to wait for the next candle for confirmation, or if you don't wait for the next candle for confirmation, you'll get caught in stuff like this, right? Like you have to like think a bit for like 4D, 3D behind it. Like, why are we forming the IFVG? How do we form the IFVG? What does the price do to form the IFVG? And that's what you're looking for, not the IFVG itself, but the way we form the IFVG. If that makes sense, right? We want to see a clean push through it, not just like an IFVG formed. And we are also still in the 1 hour fair value gap. That's true. We're still in this one right here. That's another reason not to take it. But if you were going to take the entry on the IFVG here, that's why you wait for the next candle for confirmation. Bitcoin. Not much. What TP can you have on GU? I think there's Junior. Where are you targeting? Because one of the guys in the Discord in the private group, he actually told us about this trade, right? And I just kind of co-signed it and waited for a better entry, right? I think if you're gonna take your exit, right, it'll be here. This is where you'll take profits. This is in my opinion. Like, you know, you're on the 15-minute. Unless we just melt straight down in, like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even if we do that, it's gonna take till like 5 p.m. right? So just target here. That's my opinion. Just target here. But again, it depends what the risk to reward ratio is, because if it's negative here, then you've got in too late somewhere, because you could have got a positive R out of that. 29, 150. Again, that's even closer than what I was saying. So here. That makes sense as well. That probably makes more sense because we'll probably get there quicker. Possible buy on USD Swiss franc. No. Ooh, maybe. If we're respecting these, right? No IFEG though. I'll add an alert, and if price comes lower to form that, we'll look at it. Look at that, it's going straight towards our stop loss there. Good thing we didn't take this, innit? Good thing we know what to wait for. Can you check Bitcoin? Not much here. Excuse me. Not much here, you know, because we've had such a push down here, right? We need a consolidation next. Okay. So even if we did get this IFEG that formed right here, even if that did, you know, if that was valid, right? Even if it was, it would just be risky to take this like up to here or something, right? Because we should consolidate. The R is too low. We need a consolidation. So no, I would not take this. No trade on Bitcoin for me. Love the streams, by the way. I appreciate that. Maybe April will be a better month. Definitely. This isn't too bad. We can still end this month in profits. Do you know what I mean? I think the psychology, like, I was explaining this to the private Discord, like, people who had the course. We do obviously the private streams, right? I was explaining that this is kind of psychology, because just before this, I said to the private Discord, right, I'm going to start risking 1% a little bit more consistently on every single trade that we take from now on. Rather than going 0.5, 1%, 1.5, 2, just 1% flat out every single trade, right? Because I'm just thinking about how to refine it. You know, you're always going to be refining it. So that's what I explained to them. And then we took those trades, right, 2 back to back, and you can go and watch this stream. We did that on the private Discord. We went and watched this stream back. Just no good setup at all. Not a good setup, right? Just crashed out completely, right? Then that made me a little bit more conservative, right? And then obviously we had a couple bad trades here and here, right? So it's not too bad. It's just the conservativeness and then the bad timing between taking the poor entry and risking a little bit more, or risking the right amount consistently rather than less. Okay, so there's that, and then there's also the fact that like I've been pretty inconsistent with my streams every single day this month, or every single week this month. It's been on and off, like 4-day breaks here, 4 breaks, like breaks all over the place, right? So what I've decided to do, just to kind of combat that, because that will also factor into the amount we've made or not made this month, right? So if you haven't heard already, I'm going to be doing streams every single day, New York Open, every single weekday, completely, forever. No messing around with no news days and days that we can't trade. I'm going to be live regardless of if we can trade or not, okay? Regardless of if we can trade. Every single weekday, 1:30, apart from US bank holidays, because they're the only times that we actually will have a day off, okay? But any other time, every single weekday, unless it's a US bank holiday, every single weekday, unless it's a US bank holiday, at New York Open, we will be live every single day at the same time, every single day, to do this exact same thing, right? Some days we might not trade, some days we might take 2 or 3 trades, right? But the thing is the consistency, being on the charts, staring at the charts, not too long, but staring at the charts, making sure we're actually looking for setups rather than just going out and about and doing our thing. And yeah, so I think April will be a better month regardless, because we will be live every single weekday. Yeah. How much for the Discord? The free Discord, obviously free. $150 a month or $500 for lifetime access, and you get the course and a bunch of other things. Like, we're constantly updating that chat very quickly. Yeah, we are literally updating that all of the time. Like right now, the chats, if you were to join the course, or whatever you want to call it, right? If you were to join that, what you'd get access to is all these chats here. So the start here chat, walking you through all the different chats that there are, updates, newsfeed, fast track schedule, GM lounge, my analysis. So every single day I post my personal analysis of the markets, right? We're started on GJ. If it gets better and takes up, we can kind of do a little bit more, but for now it's just GJ. Literally everything you need to know, exactly what we want to see to take a trade, the scenarios that could play out, right? Everything, motivation, accountability, fast track chat, obviously, with a lot of people talking about a lot of trades, right? There is even one guy, Maiden, right, who's got profitable with the strategy. This guy got profitable with the strategy, and he does fast track group calls sometimes, so he'll just teach you as well. But yeah, we do the fast track schedule. If we go onto there, you do the monthly calls, the weekly calls, and we have the first group call tomorrow at 6 p.m. GMT. So if you want to join that, join the course. It's $500, but we're also launching a journal review chat. So if you have a journal that you want me to review, you send it into the chat, then I get back to you and send you a message in the general chat, just saying like, this is what you need to improve, right? So we're launching that as well, but it's $150 a month or $500 a month. $150 a month or $500 for lifetime access, right? How much percent you make last month? Last month I made 15%. Every single trade that I took was either told into the fast track trading Discord, the private Discord, or it was on one of these streams. Every single one. There's not one that didn't go on that, right? Every single trade, right? And we made 15.57%, okay? 15.57% last month. Every single trade live in front of you, or in the private Discord, or on the private stream. Every single trade I took was discussed with people, told people I was in it, told people when I was managing it, showing them the analysis. And this journal, right, I give everyone the link to this journal. You can get the link to this journal, this exact journal, so you can see my exact track record yourself with your own eyes, whatever, in the free Discord. So make sure you join that if you haven't already. But yeah, quick little plug there. Back to looking at trades now, guys. Hey Josh, can you please help to check my Discord account? I haven't got added to the private Discord for fast track. Alright, so if you've joined and you haven't got that access, just DM me or tag me in the general chat saying, I haven't got access. and I'll add you right to it, Justin. I think you've messaged me on Instagram as well. How much more in depth is your paid course compared to your free course? I think there's people who can vouch for this. It's like literally everything you need to know from start to finish. I spent months planning this course. I'm not even lying. I'm going to try and find the document. I spent literal months planning exactly what was going to be in the course. And then once I'd found out what I wanted to put in the course, I realized, let's get the best structure. So I structured it the best in terms of modules, then structured it the best in terms of lectures, thought out every single lecture as hard as I could, right? And it's still getting updates. It's literally still getting updates. There are 61 lessons, right? 61 lessons, right? You know, we teach the introduction. I think, right. How do we get off this? So there's in the introduction module, right? You know, we teach everything you need to know. Like literally I teach you exactly how to learn, how to get things to work for you, how every tool works, the mindset you need to have. Then we obviously cover the basics for the beginners because that's obviously necessary. Why I mainly trade GBP, JPY and how you can master it too. How much time do you need to commit and what result should you expect, right? Then there's the market movements, how to read them and how to anticipate them. Breaks of structure and change of character, internal and external structure, which is not ERL and IRL. Don't get confused, right? Internal and external structure is different to ERL and IRL. Candlesticks and chart patterns, so the basics of those kind of things. Fair value gaps, how to identify. So what are they? You know, pretty much everyone knows what they are, but we cover that. How to identify the highest probability ones, how to use the fair value gaps depending on the time frame, spotting and trading IFGs, you know, the common mistakes people make, liquidity concepts, full guide to ERL and IRL, narrative in trading, so how to find your narrative. Like narrative is the most important thing, right? Like in this GU trade that we took, the narrative was the most important thing. We needed to we need to have like some form of anticipation of where price is going to go next, right? We need to know where it was going to go next. So we had the daily, the 4 hour, the 1 hour. That gave us our narrative, our bearish narrative for price to continue down. So we ended up taking that win and trade, right? That narrative. You know, how to find price action worth trading. So like this is the thing, and I say this in a few of my TikToks that I'm going to be posting in the next few days, right? Like IFVGs on their own, AMD, the tools that you see me using, you can't just learn them and then you're profitable. You have to build that intuition, but you also have to use the right time and price. Now, 99% of people know the right time to trade. Obviously, it's just New York session or London session, right? But the right price action is also very difficult to learn. So I teach you that as well. You know, a basic guide to PO3 and then an extended guide, full daily bias, bringing it all together. You know, then back testing, trade management, full psychology module, journaling and self-improvement, getting funded, final module. So like what to do now that you've finished the course. And then we've also started the new chapter, right, which is going to be, I forgot the name of it, but we're adding a new module in for people after like 3 weeks. So if you join today, right, you go through all this course, right, then 3 weeks later, you'll unlock a new module, which will kind of show you what you need to make sure you're not doing and just teach you added things, right? It's not new tools and new concepts, but it's more about the mindset and the habits that you have, right? And there's also a few other updates here and there which we're adding in as well. Like with the bias, I'm teaching about I'm adding a new video in which will basically show you like the difference between the trend and the bias because they're two separate things, right? But yeah, it's a lot more in depth, right? Plus you get obviously, you know, a few other bits here and there like the private calls and whatever. But enough about that, guys. I want to try and look for another trade really quick, but I don't think we're gonna get one. All right. There we are. See, people vouching for that already. Paying that cruise, first black drift, Pietro, Nikki, they've all got access to the course, right? And Justin. Pietro, I think the certificate, I don't handle the certificate, right? WAP handle the certificate. So if you want the certificate to kind of show that you've gone through the course, what you need to do is talk to WAP themselves. I'll have a chat with them as well. I'll message them and see what's going on and see why no one's got that. But yeah, if you want that, you have to speak to WAP. So if you go on the WAP website, there should be like a purple chat box at the bottom right. You open that up, talk to them and just ask them and they'll give you an answer. Pretty cool. Right. So good thing we didn't take this GJ trade. This is why you wait for the confirmation. This is, remember, like this is the low probability IFEG. Right. There's not much. Nice little V-shaped recovery here. So did this play out for you, Louis? Did you catch this? Right, I just seen you tag me there, Justin, so I'll add you when I get a chance. Actually, I'll add you right now. Why not? I know you've bought it before. So I can just add you right to it. Sorry that you didn't get access. I think what it tries to do is... what's your username? It tries to like automatically do it based on your email. So if you have a Discord account that's like associated with your email, it'll add you straight away. But if you put the wrong email or one that isn't associated to your Discord, then you will have trouble getting access, right? Just added you. Your name should be golden now. Right. Honestly, I think we're going to call it a day here, guys. Yeah, we're probably going to call it a day here. Honestly, there's not much else in this. I'm pretty happy to call it a day. I'm not going to force anything stupid. I'm going to walk away with my win, and I'm happy with that, right? So yeah, we'll come back tomorrow. We'll kill it tomorrow. So make sure you join tomorrow's stream the same time, same day. Well, not the same day. Same time tomorrow, same place, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to learn how to trade exactly like me, you know where to go. I've just been going on about it for the last like 15 minutes, right? But yeah, it is really worth it. You know, we have like 23 5-star reviews for a reason. 1 4-star, 23 5-star, and that's it. We have that for a reason, right? And you've seen the results. Someone's more recently got 500, went from 0 to 500k in funding. I can show you all that. I'll be making a video on that soon. Don't worry about that. 500k. He has 6 figures, $500,000 in funding. Right? That sounds more, doesn't it? $500,000 in funding, just from my strategy, right? But I'll see you all in tomorrow's stream. So like up the stream if you haven't already, guys. I'll see you all in tomorrow's stream. If you want to join the free Discord, first link's in the description. If you want to join the course, there's a link in the description for that as well. But more importantly, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time, the same place, for the same stream. Like up if you haven't already, and yeah, easy dubs. We take our profits and we move.